guys, it's me, it's MicheleMarieDalene, North American Snow Queen, and of course today, this is my third try to get a decent video in. And what happened was we had a couple problems, different ones. The first one was the unboxing of the SIM cutting thingy and adapter was not quite go as well as I thought. There was a variety of problems. The first was that I wasn't in frame in the camera, and so you really couldn't see what I was doing. Okay. And the second problem was that while the SIM cutting idea for some people may sound like a way to allow them to use their existing SIM with a newer phone that uses a smaller one, I found to my dismay, after I did that, and this is what I ended up getting left with out of an old practice SIM. This isn't a usable SIM, this was just a practice SIM. Is that the standard generic adapters that came with the kit were absolutely, positively bogus. Only one that physically was of any use to me was the nano SIM. The standard SIM and the nano SIM to micro SIM. Micro SIM to standard SIM, not even worth it. Okay, let's put it that way. Because what it was is that the SIM adapters themselves were so poorly made that they had they were not totally clear of what they call flash. That is little plastic for the injection molding techniques. I would have to physically go through and clean off all the flash using a very fine X-Acto knife before I could even use them to hold SIMs. Second of all, if you're going to use such a thing, you might potentially damage the SIM in the first place. Or another possibility is that a poorly made, poorly cut SIM could damage your phone. Both are equally possible. Obviously, if you damage your phone, you're not exactly going to be smiling and happy. Okay? So that was, for me, was just a really not so great deal. Because you have to understand one thing, okay? What I find difficult to understand is, with this whole idea of cutting a SIM chip, is that for the same amount of price of money of buying this special cutting device, okay, I could have bought from T-Mobile about 5 or 6 4-in-1 SIMs. Now, what is a 4-in-1 SIM? A 4-in-1 SIM is a SIM that has 3 form factors in snap-out form. If you don't snap the SIM out of the so-called carrier, then it's the full-size SIM. If you snap it out of the carrier and the outermost, the biggest size, that's a mini SIM. If you snap it out in the next level in, that's the micro. And if you snap it the very smallest part out, then it's a nano SIM. And when you start having to realize that what they're doing is they're making these ideas that you can save money by making SIM chips. First of all, I admit this is a very well-made tool. This tool is actually pretty nice. The SIM holders are actually a piece of crap, but that's not surprising. It has, on its cutting edge here, you have both for the standard micro and nano. You can see that the nano really puts a lot of force on the cut areas, whereas the micro doesn't seem to have enough force coming out. Oh, I mean, it still punches out, trust me. But it's just, it's not a straight-in job where I can go ahead and take a full SIM here, slide it in here to make it into a nano. Why? Because it won't fit. Allow me to demonstrate. Okay. See, you would have no choice then but to go ahead and start the cutting using this machine. You can tell smaller. Yeah. Okay. This is what the micro sim looks like. That's the nano. Okay. Oops. So anyway, the point is that all this technology did is after I was done cutting up all this practice chip. It was a chip that was expired. It wasn't really useful anymore. I just kind of felt like I really felt this was a colossal waste of money. I could have bought easily, as I said, 5 to 6 T-Mobile Sims from T-Mobile online because they had a sale for 99 cents for starter Sims. I could have bought either a starter Sim or I could have bought a a standard SIM package at the T-Mobile store in Waterbury, and I ended up basically wasting my money buying this fancy dancy thing that really works no better or worse than a hole punch. Like I said, you could easily damage your Sims. It's not worth it. Or what happens if you do successfully cut it out, like I did, and then you want to use it in your microphone, your iPhone 4S, and then you want to bring the SIM back into your iPhone 3GS, and then you use the SIM adapter. Something goes wrong, either you get disturbed or whatever, because maybe the cat's fighting or your kid calls for your attention. All of a sudden, you make one false mistake. You put the SIM in too fast. The SIM comes out of the adapter, and the next thing you know, it's rattling around inside your iPhone 4S or 3GS, and you're like, now I gotta bring this into the Apple store. Because now I got my SIM chip sitting inside the thing and I can't get it out. That kind of sucks. But, oh well, if you like living dangerously, I think SIM cutting is right up there along with bungee cord jumping. Well, maybe not quite as bad, but still, you get the point. Enough of that. Then we also want to talk to you about the many other things going on, such as the fact that my landlord's carpenters have finally begun the process of building the porch. After a week of trepidation, concerns, fears, anxieties, and wondering is he going to do anything? Finally, after I gave him a quick phone call and he didn't chew me up for breakfast, told me basically, yes, they're starting the work. So, I'm happy to see that. So, how long am I going to still be out here in the yellow house? I don't know, honestly, because first of all, now, once the porch is done, the building inspector has to inspect the product. He has to make sure it's built up to local building codes. And then after that, he's going to go ahead and give back the occupancy permit. That's when I can move back in. And then, at that point, I got to get my TPQI or letter of proof of income from Social Security, and begin to fill out the paperwork for the my annual inspection for Section 8. Yes, that's right, an annual inspection, and they have to do the initial re-inspection to make sure that the apartment is now kosher. Well, there was nothing really wrong in the apartment in the first place, so that's not a problem. Well, what is a problem is of course, since we don't have the occupancy permit, technically I'm not even supposed to be here. But I'm here because I don't sleep here, so they can't say I'm still here. So it gets complicated, and trust me, I went through it enough, and I'm not going to go through and repeat it. Okay. You ever going to get a new piece, new one of these things? Yes, one. I don't know. 2 weeks? Maybe 2 months. I don't know. We still got the other one. We got an extra one of these cardboard thingies. It's technically, this is still working. It's just kind of battered. But anyway, the next thing is that I didn't get a chance to talk to you about yet was the Alcatel phone, and I had meant to, and I kept getting sidetracked. So let me try to again rehash what I was saying about the Alcatel. First of all, the Alcatel cell phone, number one, has a good camera. I'm surprised I took that video about the construction work with the Alcatel One Touch, and which is a 5 megapixel, and it looked really nice, a very clear picture. Unfortunately for me, is I also found out that of course, the picture format is saved in something called 3GP, which we know that with the later iPhoto from the macOS 10.5.8, it doesn't seem to read the 3GP files. It does so because it doesn't see the .imgs. It will not import them. So it actually looks specifically for .img. Could I change that somehow in software? I suppose if I knew exactly where it would have to be to add more support for more detailed picture capturing, I probably could do it. As has been mentioned, that some of it may be due to the fact is that the software is looking specifically for things that say the extension IMG. Another thing too is of course Android is not Apple and Apple is not Android, so some things don't necessarily mesh very well. However, I have to admit I was very impressed with the camera, and I actually would like to do more videos with it. In fact, I probably will be, but I'm not going to make the Android phone my main phone, okay? That's not going to happen. Now I got to cut the size, I got the SIM ready to go for the iPhone 4S. I am not going to use it right now in the Alcatel One Touch because, first of all, I usually use the iPhone 3GS. I am an iOS user. That is what I prefer to use. That is the operating system of my phone I prefer. Some people may think that Android's better. That's fine. You can choose whatever operating system you like. But for me, I like the iOS because I like the fact that syncing it into my Mac is just a matter of plugging in the USB cord and then manually, because unfortunately iPhoto opens first of these pictures. Manually go ahead and on my taskbar, click on the iTunes app and then have it open and have it synchronize my phone, calendar, address book, bookmarks, music. And I prefer that because it makes it very easy for me. Oh yes, I could probably use it to import more than that. It does import photos to my phone that were stored in a folder called My Pictures. But I have iPhotos set up to import pictures that I shoot from the cameras. Now, that makes it easier for me. Because it makes it easier to realize that iPhotos get automatically put right into the photo database, and I can look them up that way instead of having to worry about having iTunes throw them into some other arbitrary location and then find that now I have to manually move them one by one into iPhoto. That's why I set it that way. The other thing too I noticed with the Android is I was looking at some I got a couple of notifications a couple nights ago from people on Google Plus and YouTube, and I tried to do what I do on my iOS when I had the notifications pulled down. I tapped on those notifications, and the first thing it asks me is, what program do you want to use to open them? Well, some of them are from YouTube, so I tapped YouTube. But I wasn't sure how it was going to work, so I didn't make it a regular standard. All of a sudden, it plays the video that I did already. I don't need to see the video again. I want to see the comments. Why are you showing me the video? I want to see the comments, not the video. I kept trying to see the video or comments. I tried everything I could. I could not get the stupid thing to show me my comments. It would only show me my video. I didn't want to see the video because I already saw it. I already know what it has. I shot it. Remember? Oh, so I got so fed up with the thing that I ended up basically logging in to the YouTube on the web like I use my iOS device just to read it because the built-in YouTube application was a flaming asshole. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to. Trying to click on the link in Firefox or in Chrome was no better. I had no choice but to tell it straight out that I was going to go right to my homepage on YouTube, find the video there, click on the video, not have it all load, but just click on it. Okay, and if it was going to start loading, have it stop loading, click on the comments so I could see the comments. Well, I could. Why does Android do that? It seems to me, on iOS, it's the same thing too. If I click on a picture or on a link to a video, it's going to play the video. That's not a problem. But I wasn't trying to originally look at the video. I was trying to look at the comments. At least iOS lets me see the comments, even if I don't want to see the video. It'll try to load the video. I can always tap it to stop and then back out and then see the comments anyway. The other thing I noticed is that the phone plays videos very, very well. It's very, very smooth for loading YouTube videos. Amazingly so. I was extremely surprised at how well it could load a YouTube video and how fast it loads them off of Wi-Fi. I didn't have my SIM chip in there, so I couldn't see how fast it would load it off of 3G, but since that is the 3G phone, I would think the loading time would be pretty close to of my iPhone 3GS. It might be wrong, but I think I'm pretty close to right. The other thing too is that Android has a notorious problem of having so many programs in the Google Play Store and other things, not just programs, but also things like books and music and videos, and I got so bewildered just trying to find applications from my phone that I had on the Fabulous Phablet that got stolen, because I really would like to have still had the Fabulous Phablet, even though it was running Jelly Bean, because it was still a nice phone. Unfortunately enough, I did not, and I still do not know where it is now, but I'm sure it's somewhere. Now, am I going to buy another Android device? Well, I'm going to be honest, I don't know, because, I'm trying to learn new things, as I said once before, and I enjoy learning new things. So that's why I do what I do, because I love to take the opportunity to learn a new skill, so that when I start something, that I can learn how it works, so that I have that skill set under my belt, so that in case I'm ever asked to help somebody with a problem with that type of system, at least I know where to begin looking for the problem or start fixing it for that person. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you go, but, it's been a long day. Tomorrow is going to be hot all week, in this week, and then next week it's going to be sizzling. Not much cooler by any stretch of the imagination. Probably, who knows, maybe by next week. You never know. It could be back here full time in my apartment, or it might be the week after. I don't know. Probably for me is I probably would have to tell my landlord that it would have to be a week after for a variety of reasons. Number one, first of all, is it's so hot. No one's going to want to move all this stuff from the yellow house back to the main house. It's getting sick. I mean, it's just too hot. Second of all, I still have to transfer all my home phones and internet back over here. But we are going to try an experiment using the T-Mobile LTE hotspot to provide internet for here. So that's something that I wanted to try because it's a lot faster than the standard Frontier high-speed internet. However, I'll be honest when I say I don't know if it's going to be practical to run that and high-speed internet from Frontier Frontier and the home phone of 3 phone lines when I'm having some right now financial issues in my life. So that's a really serious issue. It takes a lot of work to do all this stuff I do every day. And it's a lot of, things I need to check and watch out for. So, alright guys, listen, I gotta edit this down. It's late. I want to get this out. I want to get this to you as fast as I can. So please do not forget to like or dislike, share with your friends and families, and of course subscribe. The subscriptions show that at least that you're interested in what I've got to say. And that's always an important thing. That's how I know that I am at least doing something right. If you, of course, do not like something, I want to hear why. And I'm willing to talk to you about it. Alright? So for now, I'm going to let you go. Bye-bye. Hey, did you know there's a lot more going on right now at our websites? Are you watching all 4 of them? If not, check them out. There's a list right here. We got 3 YouTube channels and 1 audio-only channel for your enjoyment. So come on, dig in and see all the stuff we do here at the North American Snow Queen Palace.